between TiltedBoys and Nexus Titans, or whether it's going to be a quick 2-0 here for Nexus Titans. So the PO is the big question mark, I think, on everyone's mind here for Fuerte, and against the LC, it can be very, very tough, because that overwhelming odds just kind of deletes all your illusions. It's not too hard to find the real PO in the middle of a big team fight, assuming the LC can break the gap and get that overwhelming odds off. We'll just have to see if that's going to be the case, though. I mean, it's easier said than done, I suppose. You know, sometimes it can be pretty hard to catch that sneaky PO.
Skyward going for a little sentry play. He drops a sentry by the tier 2.
Yeah, that's the creep trick. That's the creep wave trick that he's doing. So the creep wave's going to be dragged to the sentry now, which is going to inherently make it so the dire creep wave's going to push into the tier 1 tower. And it's going to reset the creep equilibrium the dire way. His top lane, Wildcard, will take a bit of damage, but is going to be just fine. So now Skyward's going to try and block this creep wave down a bot lane. And he obviously wants the creep wave to push into the... Oh, maybe he doesn't. All right, maybe he just doesn't. Never mind.
A bit too far back, I think.
What's the sentry for then?
I think he wanted to, but it's too far back in the tree line that the creeps walk by. It's still hidden by the trees.
Yeah, but then
to do that.
I thought he would just drag the creep wave back in that case. Just give the vision. I guess he probably can't though, right? Like, yeah, no, he probably can't. All right, he messed it up. Never mind. There you go.
A little bit of gold wasted. Not the most painful thing in the world. We can take a look at our mid lane matchup before breaking things out in side lanes. Desperate up against Wildcard and the Pango versus Storm. This one we've seen multiple times before, and the Storm should be a little bit happier. Wildcard should definitely start crushing, but we saw Desperate as well kind of kick into gear anyway after a slower start in terms of trading CS. Shouldn't be fully shut down as long as he maintains spacing up against the Storm. Doesn't allow him to go for, say, double overload. Doesn't get hit by the remnants. You should be pretty happy on the Pango. Less kill opportunities though, for sure. When Storm hits 6, you can't do too much in Pango there, so EXP going to be a big part of this matchup.
Yeah, we see it all the time as well. Like, if you can hit the level 6 on Pango before the Storm can, it generally does mean you'll find at least one kill before the Wildcard Storm can hit level 6 himself. But well, for now, Wildcard's well and truly off to a great start in terms of the XP department. So already one level ahead of Desperate. This is great news for him. Chances are he's not going to get caught by that level 6 timing of the Pangolier. Of course, we are looking at top lane where you are going to see Thana being chased here by Dor and Fuerte. It's going to be there with Zor on the position 3 LC. I do wonder whether you see Nexus Titans catching out this PL through the laning stage. It can be pretty hard without the duel up, of course, but at least, you know, you have a way of dealing with Fuerte if he does get in with a bunch of illusions. Like, it is a lot of damage you end up dealing with that overwhelming odds.
Yeah, it is quite a lot of damage. It makes it really easy to find a real PL as well with the bonus damage you have on top using the illusion's current HP. So it should show you which one the real PL is just by looking at the health bars. Down bot, getting aggressive onto Skyward with a Gale and Reflection. It does have the TP back at the least. But that will leave Ush in a solo lane, which for the Bat Rider here, sure, on paper, you can Firefly, try to run down the Terrorblade, but you're up against Venno. There's a lot of slows on hand. There's a lot of protection to ensure the Terrorblade has his spacing, even when Metamorphosis fades. So it's not too bad for Kiritsugu. He is finding some good farm. You're not shutting down Ush, but you're going to have that stable start you'd want in the Terrorblade anyway.
Oh, but Desperate. Oh, it's a Fairy Fire. He's going to make it. Wildcard very, very close to securing a kill here in the mid-storm. Desperate barely able to survive through the damage output. Now Wildcard actually getting quite low himself, but did have a Tango and does use a branch, so still going to be just fine to remain in the lane. Desperate, the one that needs to be ultra careful here, as it does seem like Wildcard is looking for the opportunity to get a kill onto him. Wildcard himself probably should still remain careful himself though, because I mean he is still running low. Desperate, able to swashbuckle away. Wildcard unable to claim the kill. But it feels like any moment now this mid lane is going to produce something. I mean, it might just be classic bait from these mid laners, but Surely a kill comes out at some point.
Yeah, should. Theoretically. Again, you're doing a great job in Desperate to just control CS, though. Despite maybe going a little bit more back and forth. He is
Nature Lover.
pulling a bit ahead.
Bot lane. Skyward, he might be the one to drop first, and in fact, he will go down first. Unfortunate. Skyward handing over first blood to the Veno. The Nature Lover obviously eventually going down to Ush, but still a pretty nice trade-off here for Nexus Titans.
You're more than happy. You get the bonus gold your way. You just get to start trying to scale up, or at least getting some utility on your Venom in lane. You have a lot of wards right now as well in that Venomancer, and you should be able to go for a bottle top-up, although Desperate.
Does eventually go down. Skyward. The rotation, handing over the mana so Volodka can finish off the kill, and Skyward actually gets the kill himself, which is kind of hilarious. But I'm sure the Storm's still very, very happy with that. It's not very often you see a position 4 Doom rotating like that to find a kill, but apparently that's exactly what happens here.
That's the kill they needed here for the side of the TiltedBoys. Yeah, you kind of did want to offset that mid. And find some punishment for a Nature Lover not quite TPing in for a bottle refill. Granted, Desperate was a bit too far forward for that, so a little bit hard to pull that off. Zor trying to run down door.
Here we go again. Sky was rotated another time. This time towards the top lane, and it looks like they are going to find the kill. Zor ends up going down now. Furte able to take the kill on the PL. Again, this plus 4 turf, it's so awkward seeing him roam around like this, but it is working.
He's getting a lot done. Has the mana burn, has the scorched earth, so you can apply a lot of pressure early on. Ush solo is in a little bit of a maybe uncomfy position, but he's not going to be, again, fully zoned out by the side of Nexus Titans. Although you are allowing a lot of harm to come out for Kuretsugu. Good swing towards the back with a gate for Skyward. No vision to spot here inside of Titans. So he is free to kind of dance around. Like, he's been all across the map, Mike. From bot to mid to top, back bot. Tour all over the world for Skyward.
Lane. Desperate. A bit of a chase here from Volodka. Door's going to show up as well. Desperate. No swashbuckle yet. Is going to try and run the other way, but he's just down. Tips out here from Ush. Really trying to get into the mental of our mid lane. Desperate. With Volodka now with the level 6 timing, just finding a very nice kill into the Pangoli.
Pretty big kill with the movement out there to back him up from door. A little bit surprised the Titans aren't committing any TPs. To be fair, it's a Venomancer and Techies. There's no easy way to punish an overextension like that. And that does lead to those openings coming up for TiltedBoys. Again, a much stronger start for the side of TiltedBoys in comparison to Game 1. You've got some momentum to build up here from Volodka. And he is working towards his power treads into probably just the usual Witchblade, Falcon Blade build-up on the Storm. 7-minute runes are up. Let's see if Nature Lover can steal it, but Skyward looks to be in position.
He is. Skyward able to take the Wisdom Rune away. Nature Lover still chasing him, or rather being chased down here by Skyward. Ush now going to show up. Nature Lover might at least find a courier for his trouble, but he won't. Skyward to take the kill here on the Doom. I'll sort of pick up here between the two. At least does make sure that the Wisdom Rune does not go the way of the Radiant, which I think if TiltedBoys do one thing correctly, it is making sure those Wisdom Runes are not handed back the other way.
Yeah, they just ensure that they've always got their own secured. They know their timings well. And Door getting run down a little bit by Zor.
I mean, Zor should eventually have this kill on the Rubik and will. This little pick up there is now Fuerte's pretty far forward. Does have the doppel. Zor will have overwhelming odds in just a moment, and now the blast off comes in, so the PL's gone. Very aggressive positioning from the PL, and it does cost his life. Sad part is he didn't even get the large camp. Centaur was still alive by the time he died.
Yeah, not worthwhile for the side of TiltedBoys. Again, they found some good openings, but they still have to measure back the aggression a bit. In some of their heroes, there is still punishment that can fly out from the Nexus Titans. It's not like you've got an overwhelming lead your way here for TiltedBoys either. It's a 2k lead for Nexus Titans here as well. Duel ready on Zor. Skyward is up top though, but is he not spotted out?
I mean, they're almost... Oh boy, Thana misses the blast off, got the wrong target, and now the rotations are here from Volodka to boot. So Zor, he's going to try to run. Thana already down, and Zor should just be dead as well. Skyward to take another kill for himself on the pos 4 Doom. Very, very nice setup from TiltedBoys, ensuring that Jewel never came out onto Ferte and Wildcard. Making some nice impact happen on the Storm.
Yeah, just shows up to ensure that they've got punishment up top. There's no movement you can really get out from the side of Nexus Titans. They're busy clearing out stacks. Now, Osh is a target here.
He's perfectly fine by the looks of it.
Yeah, they had a sentry to spot out Desperate on the Invis. He does manage to back off in the nick of time there. But the pressure is starting to ramp up. Mid is being pushed into Volodka and Door. They're already getting it done. So they might trade away a bot tier 1, but at least you find mid. Bot tier 1 does allow easier access into Wisdom though, so not the worst thing in the world for the side of the Titans, but you are giving a lot of free space out for a Storm here.
Doom's out as well. Skyward's going to rotate from the back. They do not cancel their TPs to help out the TBs, so he's gone, and Desperate's gone to boot. Very, very messy, as Volodka mid lane will at least die for this, so they do find a Storm for their trouble. But yeah, I mean, Nature Lover literally just left his TB down the bot lane. As soon as he got doomed up, he just never canceled the TP. Stainer now going to chase down Door. Door copying a lot of damage here. Sticky Bomb's going to land. We actually have the proximity to mines himself here against the techies, but it's not going to matter in the end. Thana able to get the job done. As Ash is going to try and take his own life away, but now the gush out. Whoopsie daisies. Ash is down. Skyward going to move in. Does have the mini stun. Thana will eventually die here to Skyward. But now Skyward's taking a hell of a lot of damage here from this Veno. Luckily, Volodka is going to be around with the zip in. Does secure a kill for himself.
I'm honestly finding all these kills on Doom is not a bad thing to see here for the side of TiltedBoys. It does mean Skyward has higher net worth than Ush right now. Really brave to trade hits with a double damage techies, I have to say. No, good old Door trying to force the issue does get punished for it in the end. But you find a little bit at the least and to feed into your Doom. Top lane, you've got a little bit of a push going on for Zor. Does have the solo space to get that done. Fairtail already pushed back into the jungle. Trying to work on the Manta. So you're at a fairly equal game state now with all those kills coming out from the side of TiltedBoys. The build-up, though, it does feel maybe a little bit faster for the Terrorblade. So you will have that item advantage coming in here. I think your one issue with Nexus Titans coming out of lane has been Desperate. Like, his mid has not felt great. He hasn't had the best time to kick off this game in the Pango. He's been a focal point for the side of TiltedBoys, and, well, TiltedBoys, I mean, they've already got the drums up on Skyward. He's going for the Boots of Baron as well.
Jewel is out, top lane. They are able to find the PL again. I do love this little combination. Like, Zor just runs in, pops the overwhelming odds, and clears out all the illusions. And then Thana just gets the blast off and just places 2 proximity mines for the Jewel. It's a very simple combination. Bottom lane, they are at least going to find Nature Lover, but that's nowhere near worth compared to the PL going down. I think regardless of how things went in the lane, this PL is just not going to have a good time if this keeps up.
No, it's going to be a slower time for that build-up for sure. There's very limited map space for Fair to kind of try to play catch-up here. They're always applying that pressure up top. And they're trying to push in bot. They doom up an illusion from the Terrorblade. So that's a pretty big win for Kuretsugu.
It certainly is. He's going to be very happy to see that. Nice little bait there onto the Doom. At least it is a pos 4 Doom, I guess. So, you know, could have been worse.
Yes, I suppose. Sure. Silver linings, Mike. Very nice.
Door. He probably will eventually just die here. Just dying to the poison damage. Said the Rolling Thunder is going to connect and Door is down. Desperate will ensure he takes the kill on the Pango. And top lane, I'll tell you, Ferte has to be very careful not to show on that creep wave because Zor and Thana, they know he's there. He just showed for a second and they immediately smoke up. It's such an easy kill if you can break the gap. No blink up yet on Zor, but they can use the blast off to try and initiate. And now the Doom to come out with the mines. Just look how easy it is. Two mines will do it. And Thana, all he had to do was land the blast off to allow Zor to run it.
Yeah. Daytime vision still there. Smoke outside. Just get the blast off going. He's going for Ags, Mike. Tana's going for... you know what? That's actually genius up against a PL. And because we said it, you kind of want to Phantom Rush around. Your illusions want to run around. The Minefield sign means you won't. So that's rather
true.
interesting that he's going for that rush.
It's kind of a matter of why not. Like, if you can afford it super early on, it can feel very, very hard to play against. It's like you just got to watch every single area you're trying to fight in. So it'll be interesting. I mean, he's going to have some very nice timing on it. Just needs about 2k or even just 1k gold to have it done. So not too far away at all. Nexus Titans just kind of biding their time here. And the only real high net worth on the side of TiltedBoys right now is Wildcard on that mid-storm, to be fair. So to be quite happy just hitting creeps right now as Kiritsugu, knowing the PL's been dealt with quite a few times. Top lane, Desperate could be in a spot of trouble here because Ash is going to land the lasso and Desperate's just... Yeah, it's one of those deaths that that happen to you and you can't ask your team how that happened because you're right in front of the tier 2 tower. There's really no excuse for a death like that.
No. Like, they just made a couple of plays up top, so they should know that they were kind of set up to punish any play there.
Well, Ferté...
this time around,
they're trying to chase the PL, but Ferté kind of gets the hint that they're probably all around him right now because the Pango was caught up top lane. Yeah, he's just going to disengage and relocate somewhere else to farm.
He's still hanging around the area. They do still have Doom available in Skyward if they make a move here, but the backup is ready on Nexus Titans. Blink up on Zor as well, so easier gap closing for the duel.
Well, Skyward immediately jumped here. They just want to get rid of the Doom immediately, and they do. Nice little duel pick up there from the LC, and it's going to be another thing for Zor. Like, he's already up to plus 30. Now hitting level 10, so he does get to get the talent, but he's having a pretty good game in terms of the duel start. So this LC, it is going to eventually start to feel like it's just another position 1 with how hard it hits. So it's the classic LC kind of game where it just keeps winning duels and just keeps getting more and more damage.
Yeah, just going to scale up real hard here. Love that Zor's just gunning for the instant BKB as well. He just doesn't want to be concerned about any of the soft counters coming out from the side of TiltedBoys. Mid push coming out here from Nexus Titans with a Metamorphosis in Kiritsugu. Doesn't take too long to find out. Skyward TP's in, but can't really do much. He's trying to go for the Midas now into the Blink. And that does mean your Doom is going to have to play a little bit greedier, which means, again, less map space to share, maybe a little bit less room for Ferté and for Ash to kind of try to scale up here. Zor.
Yeah, Lasso's out. Zor is still fine. So Volodka's going to move in with the zip in, but not doing enough damage quite yet here onto the LC. In fact, the Jewel's out. No. They want to turn this one around, and they've got him. Zor, he will eventually die, but he's more than happy to die with the Storm. They will chase down Nature Lover. They'll chase down the Pango. Nature Lover will get caught with the lift, so he's not able to TP out. The Pango, though, I mean, he's very, very low to the damage that's been dealt here by Skyward. Desperate. Able to just kind of swashbuckle TP away, and is going to make it out. So, I mean, it's still a decent fight for TiltedBoys. I believe they only really lost the Storm. Not the worst situation in the world. And for Nexus Titans, they were off to a very good start with that team fight, but just unable to do anything after the Storm was down.
Didn't get the follow-through that they'd want. I think the blast-off whiffing from Tana was pretty big in allowing a lot of those heroes to still dance around there. Still with a reset, Tana. He's down bot. Only needs one more part for the Yags. I'm keen on seeing if this is going to be enough to stop that PL. Because again, in a way, it's a counter to all the Phantom rushing around. It's going to be a lot of kabooms going off with a minefield sign. At the same time, it's also, it's not hard to hold. You might have been better off with, say, arguably an Aether Lens. Maybe some auras here. Let's see. Smoke out now from the side of Nexus Titans.
Well, the question is, do the illusions actually trigger the explosions?
They should. I think it's every unit. At least from the spell's description, it is.
Oh, looks like they're going to find a Rubik. Free dual damage here for Zor. So he would have preferred a bigger target, but they can't find one. Doesn't matter too much. We'll take the free dual damage. Now up to 66.
Yep.
Top lane, there's a big group up here from TiltedBoys. Like, there's 4 heroes just hanging around this area. I think all just to make sure that this PO does remain pretty safe. And he is right now, but the problem is, like, he can't keep up in terms of the net worth when it compares to Kiritsugu.
It's just not quite there yet. And the PL is catching up nicely. The Fusel does mean you have a lot of presence coming out here, at the least. But Kiritsugu is still in control. I like that he's going for the Lincolns, so at least one defensive item to involve this single target control. And feel pretty damn big on the Terrorblade. Not too far off from that either for him. And they're working the map well. Like, they're keeping all the lanes shoved in here on the side of Nexus Titans. TiltedBoys, they still have this play opportunity for sure. It's a little bit harder with all the vision coming out from the side of Nexus Titans. Just a lot of great wards to watch the angles. D-ward will come out, but that's more than enough to drag Kiritsugu away. Oh, desperate.
Again. Mid lane, Desperate gets caught. It was the second, third time he's been caught by himself. So that's your mid laner. He's 1-5-1 at the moment. It's a pretty bad game for the Pangolier right now as the duel is out, but it's on an illusion again. So Fuerte going to get away with his life freely. It looked like they had the obvious choice in which one was the real PL. Now they jump in on the Veno. Nature Love are going to go down. Wildcard on a triple kill. Tips out. I don't know what Nexus Titans are doing. They just keep splitting up and giving the bad team fights away.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's looking really shaky. This is more reminiscent of what we've seen from Nexus Titans throughout the tour. And, well, TiltedBoys is the kind of team that can capitalize on that. So after being behind for a bit, they equalize the game. 1k net worth lead for Nexus Titans. Not much at this point in game. They have to be careful on the side of Nexus Titans. If they bleed out too much, this lineup of TiltedBoys does scale pretty damn well. And again, your peel, it's still going to be pretty scary despite being into the LC once items are up. You've got the Lasso that's always a threat. Desperate, he needs... I don't know why he won't go for it. He needs a Lincolns. He's going for the Ags first. But it does feel like he's just getting caught off with all of the single target control. Like, if you could block at least one. Block the Vortex or the Lasso, you can always wash away. And give yourself time to try to Rolling Thunder out. Still, smoke out from Titans here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, Thor's going to get Rolling Thunder now, so he's just fine to get away. A very, very weird game. Top lane, Kiritsugu now by himself. Zip is there from... Do they realize they're up against the Storm this game? Volodka's going to zip in. And you've just lost the TP.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. 40% bigger is the map, John. 40% bigger. And apparently the top tier 2 tower is where they want to farm the whole game.
Yeah. This is again... It's one of the things with Div 2 teams, right? It's just inconsistent. Maybe a lack of constant map awareness. Maybe a lack of understanding of how to play a safe game.
I don't think you need to be part of a Div 2 team, Div 1 team to know that you don't farm in front of the Tier 2 tower like that, John. I don't think you need to be part of any team to know that.
I'm trying to look for reasons here, Mike. Just looking for reasons. Yep. Nexus Titans are inconsistent for a reason.
Okay.
That is one of them.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I know.
I'll go easy.
I know. If they lose here, I mean, to be fair, it's starting to look like they will, considering that you don't have a hard storm counter outside of a duel. If they do lose here, then I don't know what to think about this. It was a really strong game 1 showing. I don't think the TiltedBoys looked any better in the lanes, but mid-game decision-making of Nexus Titans has looked rougher. They will take Roshan here at the very least. Doesn't look like there's going to be any contest from the side of the TiltedBoys, but the way they're scaling up is pretty scary. Like, Skyward has a Midas, so he's going to have Blink up soon. Your Doom scaling up to be basically a core. You have that Blink up now, so Blink Doom's available. And for the Titans, we have to see cleaner engagements. They've got the Ags in Desperate. We haven't seen the effect of the Ags on Tana yet. The Minefield Sign's ready as well. We just need to see all of these tools connect. You know, just play as a team. You're still strong on Nexus Titans. There's no need to split off like this.
Oh, I mean, they're not so strong anymore. Like, Ferrete is third in net worth now. He's catching up very, very well. It's before he was, what, 4-5k behind this Terrorblade, but not so much anymore. Mind you, Kiritsugu at least does have an Aegis now going into a Butterfly, but you get into the stage now where the Aegis is going to come up on Ferrete. That Axe makes it infinitely harder to try and go high ground. Starting to question as well whether this Techie's Axe is going to pay off at all. You know, it's you know, the first item Axe Rush feels like a bit of a meme at this point when you've given away the big lead you had.
Yeah. I feel like it can still work, but I don't know. With the way they're executing, it's I don't have the biggest faith in it. I mean, they just need to play together. They just need to execute on top of each other. If you get the blast off into the minefield sign, I mean, that can change a fight, but it just looked sloppy across the board from the Titans.
Where's the party?
Zip in. Zor, not going to be spotted yet. Eventually, Volodka will see him.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower.
Tier 2 bottom tower is going to go down. Nexus Titans trying to set up for the mid tier 2. Big group up here from TiltedBoys though, getting ready for a defense attempt. You'd love your LC to be around though to go for a blink duel attempt, but that's not going to happen.
Dire's middle tower
So this push, it's an interesting push to say the least. It's like Thane is actually just preparing a mine area for his team here, so someone could just kind of jump in and die. Perhaps that's the idea, just try to bait them into this area of the map. An Axe has been dropped on the floor here from our Pango, I believe. Just casually dropped his Axe.
What is he doing?
So Thana picks it up now. I thought that was a bit of what is happening?
I don't know.
So pauses. What is actually happening? He just dropped his Axe and walked away. I thought it was a joke for a second. You're not going to use your Axe to bait somebody into the mines. That's a bit stupid.
Certainly is, Mike. I'm not sure.
Here we
go. Gives the G. Drop something to your backpack, sir. Okay.
All right, he's got it back.
The Axe up. All right.
Was he meant to drop his? I guess maybe he misclicked.
I don't know.
I find it hard to believe it's tier 2 mid tower.
I'm having a hard time understanding anything at this point.
Yeah.
Which is so strange because the first 10, maybe 15 minutes felt really straightforward, and now it's just a gigantic question mark. And they take a tier 2. Age is still up for a minute 40, so you have some time for a high ground siege here at the least. But yeah, I will see. If anything happens good for the Nexus Titans here.
Yeah, they're approaching high ground. They've got a butterfly up on Kiritsugu, so it's going to be a lot harder for the Piolas. There's your duel coming out. Nice simple pick off here for Nexus Titans.
Radiant's top tower is under
The high ground attempt should be there. Like, there's 40 seconds without the position 4 Doom up. TiltedBoys, they have got the Ags on the PL, but Ferrete is too busy pushing top tier 1 tower at the moment. They can see that, but Nexus Titans are looking to go for the Tormentor instead, by the looks of it. So they're not going to stick around for the mid tier 3 tower. They'll go for the Tormentor instead. Free shards to come out on somebody. Goes to Nature Lover now, so you've got the latent toxicity available. Still feel like they had the opportunity to just push in the tier 3 tower, because you could see the pure pushing top lane, but they decide better of it.
Yeah, they play it moderately safe on the side of Nexus Titans. TiltedBoys offer a smoke play. Doom still ready in Skyward. They've got an opportunity to get that lockdown onto 1. And Kiritsugi's not with your team anymore. So we'll see what the angle is. Titans going all the way across the map. They could actually find Kiritsugi. Not that much time left in that Aegis as well.
Yeah, rotation up. Kiritsuga, he's a big
Dire's
target.
bottom tower is under attack.
Aegis is going to expire. There's the Aegis expiry. He has not spotted out TiltedBoys there yet. Neither have TiltedBoys seen him, but they're going to run right into each other. In just a moment, by the looks of it, is Kiritsugu. It's going to be spotted here by Skyward. There's the zip it. Kiritsugu is going to die.
Why? That's the only question I have in my mind, Mike. Why? Why do you split off? Why?
Well, lines have been drawn out towards the bot lane now. There's so many mines in this area. My God.
Yeah,
I didn't
why
realize
not
how many
play
mines
there?
have been placed. Oh, I don't know,
Well, why
Jonathan.
split off?
You don't need to ask them, John. Nature lover. Gonna get caught here, so nice easy pick off here for Wildcard.
Dire's bottom tower.
Why is he there alone?
He's pushing out the bot wave, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. TiltedBoys, I mean, they're certainly not the ones tilted here right now, Mike. Let me tell you.
No.
Nexus Titans looking a little bit confused. You know, all they need to do is play simple and
Well,
clean.
Door's just gonna die. The mines. Pango's now caught out. Desperate, just getting caught again. 4-man blast off is there, but Dana might just drop to boot as Desperate's gonna try and Rolling Thunder away. Will barely make it.
Wait,
Oh,
that's
this
right.
hack is actually doing a lot. Jordan come out now from Zor. Everyone just jumping in. What is happening? Oh, what a meme of a game, honestly. This game is such a meme.
It works.
What is
I
that?
knew it. You can't Phantom Rush. What do you do as a PL? It's so weird. Why, of all the fights, that's the one Nexus Titans wins?
It's just
I don't. Ah.
Don't worry though, John. They can't group up and go for the high ground yet.
Oh yeah, we'll go back. We'll take it back. We'll chill out. Lincoln's finally up for Desperate, so you know he's got that protection on single target control. Let me tell you, the fact that was off a blast off for Tana in the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of
Kills.
crazy.
He's a madman. I mean, I did say that's the play, but I didn't expect him to make that play and not die. But he does it. Insane player, a god gamer right there.
Oh, very good, Desperate. Here we go again, top side.
Don't believe it.
Desperate is 1-6-5 here on the Pango this game.
Dire's middle tower is under
Nexus
attack.
Titans. Still 65% win chance for their side of things.
Stupendous.
This PO is getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. Now the heart coming up here on Ferte. Ferte up atop, rather bot lane by himself as well, but nobody's jumping him at the moment. Rotations are there from TiltedBoys. Jump in, they've found a TP now, apparently. I can't believe that, I honestly can't. The Sword's gonna get caught now as well, DLC. Nature Lover goes down. Dana's waiting on the high ground. Just placing mines on the techies. Meanwhile, TiltedBoys. They'll rush through the bottom lane. Roshan's not up for 40 seconds, so they won't have that, but they can go for the bottom tier 1 tower if they do wish.
Yeah, Nexus Titans again providing some openings for the side of TiltedBoys. TiltedBoys obliges, and this could even give them a nice Roche advantage if you're not too careful. And we'll clear out the tier 1. Nexus Titans,
Radiant's
well,
bottom tower
now they have to
has
deal with a PL Heart. Tane will back off now, having enough fun with his minefield.
fallen. Radiant are
Very
scanning.
least. I wish I could give you more detailed insights, Mike, but quite frankly, I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Well, what's going on, Jonathan, is TiltedBoys are winning the game. Nexus Titans are doing their best to not win the game by the looks of it. So TiltedBoys
Yeah.
going to have first dibs on Roshan at the moment.
They should. Daytime for another minute 30 as well. Smoke out from Nexus Titans. Let's see if they don't whiff this one up.
Let's see. It's 5-on-5 engagement down at bot lane. Nexus Titans going to look to rush in. They'll look for the outpost high ground, I'm sure. In fact, never mind that. They're going to run right into around the Roshan pit. TiltedBoys seem somewhat ready for this, though maybe not, because Zor's jumped in with a jewel, but no, he hasn't even popped the jewel. He just popped his BKB. They will eventually find the Bat Rider, so Ash is going to go down. Skyward also getting caught out. Verite, though, going to jump back in with Volodka, still going for the fight. Apparently, they found the TB. Kiritsugu going to be fine, though, as Verite now way too far forward. Verite going to go down. So 3 going down for the price of nothing. Roshan to the way of Nexus Titans.
That's the kind of opening you want. Jump in with that blink BKB. Even if you get lassoed up, you don't care. The Doom had to go on to what I believe was Nature Lover. It's not the ideal. With the Roshan up this time around with longer respawn times, this should be their opening to play. What is Volodka doing here?
Volodka, I believe he was maybe trying to go for an Aegis still jump. Didn't work out though, clearly, so maybe a creep skip now. Here we go, down through the bottom lane. Kiritsugu. I mean, it has been a bit of a fun game here between these two, I suppose. Some strange activity to say the least, but maybe Nexus Titans just having a bit of a meme to themselves here. As we'll see how this bottom tier 3 tower push goes. Won't go for long because they are going to retreat again. Creep wave is being skipped by Volodka, so they don't really have much of a choice in the matter. They just won't risk it. They'll just end up backing off, going for the retreat and playing it much safer.
Just, bide your time here. Age is still fairly fresh. So not too much pressure coming out for Nexus Titans to find themselves an opening. Maybe start to gun down that tier 2 up top, which is holding them back from looking for full megas. You are in position for Kiritsugu to just push in, take care of the creep waves. You've got a good ambush angle here from your 2 supports as well in the jungle. Although, to be fair, the Titans are starting to play a little bit split up once more, but doesn't look like you've got the punishment ready on TiltedBoys. And for the TiltedBoys, and Volodka does have the full Orchid working into the Bloodthorn, so that's going to be massive. I think something like a Storm Ags here actually just seals the game for you, almost. Like, you get a good zip in with a 4-man vacuum, just a 4-man Vortex, and you start to feel pretty good. Well, could be in danger though, but
Should be in danger. Zip is there. Thana looking to slide up with the blast off, but is not going to be able to get it. And now the Lincoln's is broken with the jewels, so Volodka is going to be just fine to get his way out of this one. Rest of the TiltedBoys are grouped up down at bottom lane, so it looks like they're going to go for the tier 2 bottom tower push and should be able to get away with it. It just seems like it's going to be a bit of an even trade between these two teams. This top tier 2 is going to be also forced out here by Nexus Titans. Neither side really looking to defend at the moment. So you may as well just go for the even trade.
yeah, just get a bit of a push going here. No big concern. That does feel pretty good for TiltedBoys. You know, at least opening up a little bit more map space for themselves to try to farm in. The Titans, though, should be eyeing for high ground, especially while they have a healthy time left on the Aegis. We'll get started with Kiritsugu.
He has got the Aegis up. He's available in the backpack as well. Metamorphosis is popped. Lasso is out. Kiritsugu going to be saved by the press the attack, though he's dropping rather low here on the TB, but does go for the Sunder. Onto a PL Illusion as now he's getting extremely low once again and might just die. That's the Aegis gone. Still has the cheese available though. The tier 3 tower going to be under siege. Meanwhile, the Doom is out onto the Pangli, who has gone way too deep. Silence is there just in case they needed it. Meanwhile, Kiritsugu dropping a bit too low again, it seems like, for the TB, though he is still pretty tanky. Jewel is out from an LC now, so Skyward's going to go down. Zor able to pick up a Jewel victory. Onto Ush they go, but the Lasso's going to drag him back into the high ground. And Zor is going to drop. So it seems like the high ground defense again has worked out for TiltedBoys.
It pays off to take care of the Aegis, to find themselves 2 nice kills. Pretty far movement again from Desperate. Trumps the backline, isn't able to turn around, and does get doomed and controlled up there. Nice set of kills coming out for the side of TiltedBoys. They've got that full Ags now on Volodka as well. So these team fights just get a lot worse for the side of Nexus Titans. A lot of AoE control coming in from the side of TiltedBoys. And for the Titans now, well, that's them without the Aegis advantage. They've got the full Daedalus up in Kiritsugu, at least, but there's a Butterfly now in the PL as well. So the Illusion's going to be pretty hard to contend with now from Ferte. They can just play the stall game, which is a concern for Nexus Titans. I don't know how to feel about this game going into, say, the R mark. Doesn't feel like it simplifies any further for Titans. Win probability still has them at 52% in the advantage here, but it is a close one. TiltedBoys, again, looking sharper coming out in game number 2. A lot more competitive. They've got the kill advantage overall. Although that's second time we've seen. That's the second time for Rubik.
Yeah, it certainly is. Door's having a great old time. The full sight device is now up on this techies. Like he's actually pretty huge on the techies at the moment. So TiltedBoys, they're not out of the game. They're actually kind of in the lead here. Well, to be fair, 49% is the win probability chance for Nexus Titans, but you know they have not been able to successfully force high ground at all. It's just the constant defense has been coming in here from the boys on the Dire. And Nexus Titans, they might just opt to wait for the next Roshan again. It's kind of the name of the game. It's just play it safely. The next Roshan's still going to be a while away, but they can just try and wait for it if they so wish.
Yep. No need to rush too hard. Just kind of sit out, wait it out. You know, the side of TiltedBoys can pretty much punish you on the high ground with Lasso, with Doom, with the AoE Vortex. There's a lot of play here from the side of TiltedBoys. The Titans, as you allow this game to scale on, I mean, Skyward is basically just a core. Octarine up now on Doom, Pipe of Insight there as well. BKB Ags afterwards, like the AoE Doom is going to be a massive issue. Because that does mean blasting off and trying to get a minefield sign. It's not going to be feasible for Tena.
Where's your minefield sign again? TiltedBoys is just going to TP out of it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Kiritsugu, he's going to get caught immediately. Lincoln's is broken. Doom is out. Skyward going to get jumped here by Desperate. Meanwhile, this TV is not backed off, apparently, so he's just going to drop. Press the attack will try to help him out, but he's down. Kiritsugu going to lose his life, as they will at least find Ush as a trade, but now they've got no real great way of dealing with the PL. Sferate going to jump Thena. There's the minefield sign again, and the jewel out, collecting with the real PL here, so they do at least get the Phantom Lancer, apparently. It's TiltedBoys, still trying to run. Nexus Titans on the chase. Volodka just going to turn around casually onto Desperate. Desperate's still fighting though, has drained him of all his mana, but now Skyward's jumped in. Stun is out again. Ash is going to buy back on the Bat Rider, but it might look like it's a bit too late because Volodka is about to drop to the damage output and should eventually go down. Meanwhile, Zor is able to make his way out of there. Skyward actually takes down Desperate. Apparently Volodka survived, by the way, as Nature Lover goes down. And now Skyward finds another.
Yeah, this is... And they lose their Terrorblade very early on, Kiritsugu, and just getting controlled up. The backup just a little bit slow to try and save him. TiltedBoys find a punishment. Sure, it cost them a couple of buybacks, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. You will control back in the game. You hold on to your high ground here. Inside of Nexus Titans, well, the one silver lining is that Roshan is, you know, it's not an instant spawn, 40 seconds away. Not the longest either. You won't have your full lineup ready. But at Roche, TiltedBoys should have control. Play around it up top. And a Roche here for TiltedBoys. I don't know how you'd contend with it on the side of Nexus Titans. We have seen the power of the minefield sign. It is pretty impressive what Tane has been able to get done on that techies, but I feel like they're just not in positions you want to take here. For the side of Nexus Titans, not respecting that jump capability coming out from TiltedBoys. And that is giving TiltedBoys a pretty good shot at this game. And Roshan spawning up soon, Mike, and they're in position for it.
All right, TiltedBoys. Roshan now officially up. Not being scouted quite yet, but they can go back and look for it, I'm sure. New Althana. Putting some mines in the other Roshan pit. There's actually getting some minefield signs down around the outpost, or rather the twin gates. The Skyward seems to want to start Roshan here. Whole team is making their way over. There we go, Roshan started. The PL will eventually get there. And that's going to be what appears to be a free Roshan for Nexus Titans. It doesn't seem like there's going to be, excuse me, for TiltedBoys. Doesn't feel like Nexus Titans are even going to think about trying to contest.
That's pretty scary. Free ags potentially for Skyward here. That is massive on the Doom. Who do they hand it over to? Yeah, Skyward takes it. So AoE Doom's now ready for free on your support Doom. These fights they feel impossible now for Nexus Titans unless they get their game together. You know, just maintain good spacing amongst yourselves. Prevent yourself from being caught out by the AoE Vortex. Try to kite around the AoE Doom. And this fight can still happen, but it's a lot easier for TiltedBoys to play this game now, Mike. And it's all off the back of Nexus Titans kind of being sloppy in the mid game there.
Sloppy is one way to put it. Top
Radiant's
lane
bottom
Volodka is going to end up defending here on the Storm. Desperate, looking for a Rolling Thunder initiation.
bottom tower has fallen.
Nexus Titans remaining grouped up. There's your zip in here from Volodka. Moving in onto the Pango, but a nice duel out has caught the Storm. Problem is the AoE Doom is out. Now the Aegis, I mean, it is down, but the Storm is going to be right back in. At least they have got Skyward. Skyward is down on the Doom. Meanwhile, the LC is going to drop on Zor. So Zor is gone. Onto the Veno they go. Now Nature Lover being caught out. Will force the buyback out from Zor. Nature Lover barely surviving here on the Venomancer for now. It's TiltedBoys. They do at least get a buyback forced from Zor, and that seems to be enough for Nexus Titans. They appear to want to back out of here.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Yeah,
are under
you don't want to risk too much. I think having to deal with all of the illusion spam, all of the output right now in TiltedBoys is a tall order for Nexus Titans. So they'll play it safe, back off, keep farming up. There was a lot of push going on down bot as well, coming out from just Ferte using his illusion, so your tier 3 is gone. Your racks are in a pretty unhealthy state from a little bit of split push here. Got the full blood torn up now as well for Volodka. So he can get a lot of work done for your team. Full Swift Blink up for Kiritsugu can provide a lot though. So again, a very competitive game too, Mike. TiltedBoys in a much stronger position now to try to clean out. They've got this 70% chance to win. Nexus Titans. I'm not sure what really fixes this game for them. I don't know what corrects this to simplify it, because it just doesn't feel like you have a lot of options. Maybe just Lincoln stacking is really your best bet, but even then, up against AoE Vortex, AoE Doom, it doesn't do enough now.
It certainly doesn't feel like it anymore. I mean, they just can't approach high ground anymore. 5v4, they're just constantly backing off. It's yeah, I mean, there's a 13k advantage now to TiltedBoys. 71% win chance for TiltedBoys as well. The Nexus Titans. They're going to group up again here on TiltedBoys, up at the top lane. To stand behind Fuerte and start the push. Top T2 tower, not going to last very long here, I don't think. So it might just not be a defense from Nexus Titans. So they are at least grouping up down a bot to maybe start pushing out the bot tier 3 tower a little bit, but it doesn't really seem like they're going to commit for a high ground attempt. They're just going to push out the creep wave and hope that TiltedBoys do respond to it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they eventually will. They'll TP back home and make sure that this this high ground is defended.
Radiant's top tower is
Zip in mid lane. Wildcard is going to find the Venomancer. The Rolling Thunder's not going to be there to stun up the storm. Not in time anyway. So now Rolling Thunder's gone. Doom is out. Skyward has committed it on himself. Duel will go down to the Ruby.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Nexus Titans, whether they actually start pushing or not is a different question entirely here. They are remaining in the mid lane, but they just don't seem like they're quite ready to go. And this is an LC with 274 dual damage as well, by the way. You know, you feel like at this point they can push a T3 tower.
One would hope, Mike. You've got the overwhelming blink as well, so the initiation angles aren't too bad here for the LC, but and they respect this, although.
Yeah, mid lane, they've got the Pango, desperate in a bit of danger here. Sunder's gonna save him from Kiritsugu's end. Kiritsugu needs to be a little bit cautious though, because now he's completely surrounded. Still rushing forward, he's just looking to die it seems, as Kiritsugu's gone. Onto the techies, Dana, Nature Lover, both looking to go down. Desperate is also looking to drop it seems, as the zip is there from Volodka. And this whole time, while all this was happening, Zol was just hanging around the top lane. You know, I don't know. Maybe a bit too obvious for me. It's a bit too obvious.
Yeah. Feels that way, Mikey.
What is happening?
Takes me back. Takes me back to DPL, CDA, Season 1 and Season 2. Those were times,
the
Mike.
good old days. Yeah.
Radiant's middle
Good old days.
under attack.
Haunts us to this day, Mikey. Is side of TiltedBoys, well, we'll get a push down mid.
What a great game for
And-
TiltedBoys.
Yeah, and they're definitely not on tilt. Nexus Titans is what you could ascribe this tilt to, and there's no prescription for tilt here, as they are hunting for
No.
more.
I give TiltedBoys props to them. They've defended about 50 times now. First racks of the game gonna go their way. Meanwhile, top
Oh.
lane, Zor goes down to
That works.
Volodka apparently. And they're under the tier 4 towers. TiltedBoys, they seem like they've actually had enough of this game. Imagine
yeah,
that.
I can't fault them, for sure. No buyback in the LC. A few seconds after the respawn, but without the LC, how do you deal with Ferte? You probably just don't. You don't deal with his PL at all.
Jump in is out. Onto the Veno they go. Nature Lover is down. They're going to try one last time. So Sky was actually just holding the back on the Doom. And Skyward, I mean, he might drop for this, but a big vortex in from Volodka. Going to catch Tool in the back, and they are just gone. Kiritsugu immediately buying back. Now desperate to fall on the Pangolier. It's literally just the TB left, and the game's just over.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
No GG call yet from Nexus Titans. Kiritsugi pops the Metamorphosis, but just gets a tip from Ash, and it's over. GG's call.
I don't know about this game, Mike. God.